turn it up? Can you?
What's that?
Can you turn it up?
To help deal with the aftermath of the storm. It's a rare request for help. Paranoid and secretive military currently fighting a
the auction must be today.
against resistance forces and ethnic armed organizations nationwide since it seized power from the democratically elected government in 2021.
Fucking people.
News of the Army Chief's request was revealed in state-run media. The military says flooding and landslides have claimed the lives of at least 33 people. Though reports from other groups in the east of the country say the death toll is well over 100, many more still missing. For NPR News, I'm Michael Sullivan in Chiang Rai.
A strike against Boeing is in its second
Look at me like that.
Some 33,000 machinists walked off the job yesterday. They had overwhelmingly rejected the latest contract offer. Federal mediators say they'll meet with both sides next week to resume negotiations. I'm Nora Wong.
I guess that's what that glass truck was all about with the freaking, or that truck with that weird ass box of glass in it.
Other contributors
For the auctioneer to sit there bullshit while the auction outfit as they go down the line. Everybody else got walked.
With a nationwide network of restaurants all on one platform. Learn more at easycater.com.
Working on construction sites in the hot sun means higher exposure
really.
for things like heat exhaustion and skin cancer, maybe even diabetes.
The first thing that they want is to drink really cold, icy water. They stop at the gas stations, and the thing that they get is something that's full of sugar. And that's the way it's marketed. Big sign, and it's half price.
How climate change affects our health and what doctors are doing about it. Monday at 6:30 on CPR News and KRCC.
This is Planet Money from NPR.
Asher Smith is preparing for the biggest job interview of his life, and he's feeling pretty nervous about it. There are potentially dozens of other qualified candidates in the running, and Asher hasn't had a job in a very long time. How long have you been?
11 years.
What's that?
I'm a job. I can't have a job.
Yeah, we should mention Asher hasn't worked for 11 years because he is, in fact, only 11 years old.
I mean, I can do stuff like mowing people's lawns and stuff. But in dating laws or whatever, I don't need to. Labor laws.
Dang you! Asher cannot wait to get his first W-2. So this summer, when he and his parents were looking into potential fun camps, they decided to send him to a place where he can pretend to join the workforce.
Where in the world are we right now?
The very nice, beautiful Biztown.
We are at J.A. Biztown Summer Camp. They happen all over the country. This one's in Portland, Oregon.
What does it look like in here?
Slight chaos. I mean, there's about 80, 90 kids, so.
This is not the kind of camp where you go canoeing or hop on a horse.
We did not see a child make a single friendship bracelet.
No. J.A. Biztown is a camp where kids between 10 and 14 years old learn to fill out paperwork or open a checking account.
Community recovery walk this way.
They learn how to track their personal spending.
Should you give your pen to anybody?
This might be a bad day to be.
No, definitely not.
And how to calculate the interest on a loan.
The other one.
Anyone know what an Excel spreadsheet is? Yeah, it's a spreadsheet that adults use for lots of things.
In a lot of ways, Biztown is about giving kids a glimpse
Is that
into
Wall's truck, the red one up there?
I don't know.
And Biztown runs on child labor. The kids there take on jobs. They can be a CEO or a chief financial officer or a regular worker bee.
One of the most coveted jobs is anchor at the big TV station, BZTV. A lot of people also want to run for mayor. As for Asher Spear,
I'm very much hoping that I get CEO of United Suki Bank.
Asher is looking to be at the center of the financial action. He wants to be the CEO at one of the two banks that fuel this whole miniature economy. Technically, one's a bank and one's a credit union. Why do you want United or KeyBank?
Because the CEO is going to manage all the loans, and I want to manage business loans because it's fun.
Asher and the other kids here look for their top 3 jobs. They fill out an application, and then it is time for their job interviews. We catch up with Asher and find out the youths are nervously clutching their paper application forms.
How are you feeling?
Scared. It's very good with money management and do like stocks on the side. I also have great leadership and social skills.
All around BizTown, Asher's fellow applicants are playing out similar scenes.
What skills do you have that will help you in a job at JA BizTown?
I don't have a fear of public speaking, so I shouldn't freeze up, and I am pretty good with improv and plays.
I can speak with a loud and clear voice and pronunciate stuff. I'm really good at spelling, and I am very confident.
Some of the kids are really selling themselves.
Really,
She said that with a question mark.
I can get things done in an instant on computers.
She was reading.
Others go with radical honesty.
All right, are you a leader?
ChatGPT already wrote their script. They just repeated it and memorized it.
Listen to your 1 minute
The counselors score the applicants and sort them in what else in an Excel spreadsheet.
Adults do use them for lots of things.
Then the kids gather to learn their vocational fate. They sit crisscross applesauce at the center of BizTown. The head counselor calls out their names one by one to come retrieve the envelopes containing their offer letters. And the kids wait for the signal to rip them open.
I have too much energy. Like, I have a zoomies, like, you know.
They really build up the suspense.
Yeah, just like nail the envelopes up faster. I know my job.
Finally, the big moment arrives.
Please remember, we will not change your jobs. 1 week out of all the weeks in your life, you will have lots of opportunities to try other jobs. Are you set?
Open those envelopes! I got stuck furniture. I got my top job.
All around the room, the kids are frantically waving their offer letters in the air. Some seem disappointed, but our aspiring banker, Asher Spear, he got exactly the gig he wanted. CEO of BizTown's local credit union.
CEO of United is my dream job. Oh my gosh, good. I've been wanting this job for like my whole life. And this week I went for it, I got it.
And what's that gonna mean?
I manage every single person's loans.
You're gonna make and break dreams. How do you wanna manage all loans?
I just like money. Monies. Money.
Hello, and money's money. I'm Alexi Ortagazi.
And I'm Sally Hunt. Summer camp is one of the classic American rites of passage. A place where kids come to make new friends, take on new challenges, and learn a little bit about who they are. But what if it were also a place where they came to learn how to survive in a ruthless free market economy?
Today on the show, Planet Money goes to capitalism south. We follow the money through this miniature economy as the kids scramble to get out of debt to the banks. It's Shark Tank meets Lord of the Flies.
Available balance negative $24. We're incredibly in debt.
Support for NPR comes from the station and from BetterHelp, committed to supporting mental health through therapy and helping clients find balance. Clients are matched with one of 35,000 therapists for online therapy from anywhere at betterhelp.com/public. This is NPR.
Less than 24 hours after receiving their job offer letters, 80 or so kids gather at the center of BizTown. They are ready to take this dollhouse economy into their hands. The national anthem starts to play. They cover the carts. Some of them salute.
And just to paint the scene here, BizTown looks kind of like the set of a kid's TV show. It's essentially a warehouse with a ring of tiny storefronts facing the town square. There are The Walmart sales managers put on child-sized blue vests, pretending for the day to be a part of the American workforce.
And that is kind of the point of BizTown. The nonprofit behind the program, Junior Achievement, bills it in part as a way to give kids all over the country a basic understanding of the free enterprise system.
Camp counselor John Duffy explains BizTown like this.
The core economic lessons that we're teaching is that the system relies on all parts of the whole, that by taking care of yourself, you're taking care of the rest of society too, because they're relying on you. You know, I think it's a very standard capitalist model.
Free market capitalism with some training.
Absolutely, 100%.
And the first central economic lesson here is that the BizTown economy runs on debt. All the businesses start their day with $0. Before they can do anything, they have to take out a loan from one of BizTown's 2 banks.
The goal for every CEO and CFO is to pay back that loan with interest by the end of the day, to get their business out of debt before they get picked up by their parents.
So the first thing that all of the CEOs and CFOs have to do is figure out the size of the loans they'll need to take out.
Do some math. We walk over to the old-timey mercantile store. It is decked out with an old kettle, a little tiny rocking chair.
There's an old-timey barrel in the mix. There we find 11-year-old store manager Talia and her CFO Isla Hather. They're adding up numbers and calculating their expenses for the day.
So we have advertising costs, property tax, health care, rent, philanthropy, office equipment, business insurance, business sign, technology fees, and utilities, and then obviously the cost of what we have to pay everybody, which is kind of expensive.
Once they tally up their operating costs, the CEOs of each business then have to get their loan applications approved by one of BizTown's 2 banks, KeyBank or Unitas Community Credit Union. And that is where we find 11-year-old banking CEO Asher Spear, holding court as a string of preteen CEOs stream through with their loan agreements.
Ashley, how many papers do you think you signed today?
Easily 20.
Is your hand getting tired?
I'm good. I've trained for this.
You've trained for this how?
I sign stuff all the time. I need more pencils.
Now, Asher isn't doing due diligence on these loans. He's not asking for collateral or pulling anyone's credit score.
No. His job here is just to make sure that each CEO has done their math correctly. If it all checks out, he is able to approve their loans and transfer the funds.
And Asher is taking all of this super seriously. Not only because he wants to do a good job, but because in his mind, Unitas Credit Union is in a head-to-head competition with BizTown's other financial institution, KeyBank.
If you really want make more money than that. Okay, so the goal is beat KeyBank.
Yeah, beat them.
And in order to beat them, Asher wants to collect all of his debts before KeyBank can collect theirs.
His business rival is the CEO of KeyBank, Elise Nicholas. On the other side of town, she's going over her own stack of loan applications inside what looks like a real KeyBank branch with fake marble columns and a big red key logo over the entrance.
Elise is already
This is a setting I don't want to be.
She's going over the loan application from BizTown's cafe when she discovers a problem with their map.
The cafe, their loan amount is 129 and they wrote 159?
Okay, so it says loan rejected successfully.
We tell Elise what we heard over at Unitas Credit Union. They're sort of hoping to beat you guys today. Do you feel that way?
Definitely. I mean, me and Ash were talking when we first got our jobs, and we agreed that we were business rivals.
No, look, there is nothing in the rules that says KeyBank and Unitas are in competition. But clearly, both of these CEOs just cannot resist the urge to win. So Elise is taking her loan approvals extra seriously. She bolts off to the cafe to tell them to resubmit their loan.
Excuse me, where's your guys' CFO? Your loan was rejected because the information was wrong. So I think you have to review it and re-enter the information.
Just then, Asher from the credit union rushes into the cafe to check up on his competition.
I'm stressed. I had to reject the loan. You rejected the cafe's loan? Yes, they were wrong.
Eventually, the cafe does get the math right. Elise and Asher approve loan after loan until finally, Asher has just one more left. Then the next phase of BizTown will begin.
They just have to pay their debts.
All right, so you're almost done with getting them all into debt. Now you need to get them to pay back.
Bingo.
Finally, all the CEOs have secured their loans. Now the kids can focus on actually running their businesses and generating revenue. And just like in the adult world, as the money starts flowing out, you can see the gears of the economy grind into motion.
The workers get to work. Employees at UPS, wearing the company's signature brand uniforms, start distributing supplies to the businesses. Utility workers in hard hats and vests start making the rounds to read the town's fake gas meters. The construction workers appear to just be building a single Adirondack chair.
Do you know if this is a wrench or not?
That is a wrench. Can confirm.
Finally, the counselors announced that it's time for the first shift of workers to get their paychecks and go on break.
All right, everyone. So we're going to start our first red group break. So if you're not in the red group, you're going to keep working.
A third of the kids line up under fluorescent lights at the bank or the credit union to get their money. And that is where we find Edhem Alawadi, CEO of the Office Supply Company, in line at the bank, holding his executive level paycheck.
I got $8.82.
How does that feel?
It's nice because other people make less, and I got the most paying job.
All right, so you're at the top of the food chain?
I'm at the top of the
With
food chain.
$8.
The kids are all paid in the local currency, which are called BizTown bucks. They look kind of like Monopoly money. And as a CEO, Adham is in the highest pay grade in BizTown. CEOs get paid $9 per pay period, that is before taxes, which are indeed deducted. CFOs make $8.50, and everyone else, the cashiers, the construction workers, the meter readers, they all make a minimum wage of $8 flat.
This, of course, is one of the big places where the BizTown economy diverges from the real one. The CEO at the UPS in BizTown, for example, makes exactly one BizTown buck more than the lowest paid delivery worker. While in real life, the CEO of UPS has recently made more than 500 times the starting pay for UPS drivers.
Yeah,
All right, so Adham, highly paid CEO, but not that highly paid. He steps up to a child bank teller.
Account number 240. 240.
Gets his money.
I guess I would like cash back $2. Got you.
And immediately heads off to the cafe. And this is where we see the next part of the BizTown economy spring to life, as some of these workers transform into consumers.
I did this in school. They called it mini society.
Already busted.
Although we made like French bracelets and baked goods and other stupid shit.
They're serving real cereals, express treats, and a banker.
My goodness,
The cafe workers, again, all children, they are overworked.
holy moly. Oh, it's already that messy.
It's madness. And at one of the cafe tables, we run into Isla Haggard, the CFO of the old-timey mercantile store. She is happily munching on her first bag of popcorn.
The person at the, who took my order was like, what do you want?
Do they seem stressed at the cafe?
Yeah, I think I'm glad I've never signed up for a job like
Are you
that.
okay?
That sounds very bad.
The service industry can be tough when things get slammed.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your job so
Bring
far?
back memories of
Our company
third,
is in like
or I guess it was,
$200 of debt, but pretty good.
we
Do
did
you
it in
feel
5th
like
grade,
maybe
6th
half your
grade,
side, depending
and then I did
on how
it
things
again
turn
in
out for the business?
7th,
I mean, you
8th
can ask
grade.
the CEO, but like,
They call it mini
as
society.
long as I get everything I need.
It was a lot
And
of
while
fun.
that may not be exactly the kind of self-interest
When I was in middle
that
level,
Adam
they did it
Smith
for a
had
whole
in mind
week.
in The Wealth of Nations,
When I was in grade school,
it
they
does
only
feel
did
like
it for a
all
couple
around
days.
the room, you can
But
see
it's still
the
fun.
invisible hand at work as the kids scramble to supply the demands of their peers.
How much are those little squishy things? Squishy balls? $2.50. Can I use debit card for the 50 cents? We only take debit card.
Squishy balls at Walmart are a hot commodity. So are the sodas and bags of popcorn at the cafe, of course. But the most coveted commodity in all of BizTown isn't really a commodity at all. It's a puppy.
Well, it's a stuffed animal puppy.
Yes, it is available from BizTown's only nonprofit, the Humane Society, for a $9 adoption fee.
And as we look around the town, it starts to become
$9
clear that
when you only
some
make $8
businesses
as the top
should be able to
CEO.
make a profit, no problem. While others seem like they might be kind of doomed to default on their loans. I mean, the cafe?
Packed.
Walmart?
Pretty packed
And they
too.
didn't fake money so they
Confusingly, a
wouldn't get money from
storefront
their
called
parents.
the International Sign Company is swamped.
Indeed, because they sell signs, but also apparently a coveted giant pencil.
I want it.
I mean, good luck. However, some of the stores are not really bringing in customers. Like, no one is spending their break at the copy and print shop.
No one really seems to want any
it's a
old-timey
good job.
products from an old-timey mercantile store.
What
And the
was that?
company that seems most doomed to fail is Allstate Insurance.
Yes, they are selling fake car and life insurance to the kids of Biztown. And keep in mind, children are maybe the worst possible market for insurance. They have no dependents.
They are the dependent.
They haven't been alive long enough to understand long-term catastrophic risk, and a lot of them think of themselves as invincible.
The Allstate employees are so strapped for customers that one of them actually pitches us on a policy.
Can you guys buy some car and life insurance from Allstate, please?
Sorry, I can't. I don't think I have any Biztown bucks. You think I need life insurance? I'm a little older than you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
As the day goes on, this cycle of consumption repeats over and over again.
Yellow group, this is your 2-minute warning. Yellow group, 2 minutes.
Different groups of kids go on break and spend their paychecks.
Green group, you are now on break.
By early afternoon, the most popular items are scarce. The cafe runs out of root beer, there are no more giant pencils.
All the puppies are sold out from our break.
No way.
Yeah.
All the puppies are gone?
All the puppies.
Had you been saving up for it?
Yeah, I was saving up. I had enough money.
Oh man, what are you going to spend it on now?
I don't know.
These very popular businesses have been raking in the money and steadily making payments on their loans. But some of the businesses are struggling. And that is a problem not just for them, but also for our two bankers, Asher and Elise.
Remember, they are competing to see which bank will get paid back first. So Asher decides to take matters into his own hands. He drops by the old-timey mercantile store to see what's going wrong. And he talks to Isla, the CFO.
You won't pay me a loan.
That's because we don't have any money to pay the loan.
How do you get the money?
By selling stuff, and nobody's buying stuff.
So no one's bought anything here?
Not really.
Well, you going in today? Have fun.
Elise from KeyBank, meanwhile, has decided to skip her break entirely to keep working.
Why didn't you want to go on break, Elise?
I want to keep doing my job. Because I only have a few things left. And then I can help my employees.
Do you feel like you're a little bit of a workaholic?
Maybe. I think next break I might probably enjoy it. But right now, I really am on edge and want to get back to my job.
The kids are getting more and more frazzled. And for CEOs and CFOs, the pressure to pay their debts is getting intense. I mean, the interest is piling up. And a few of them start to get creative in order to make more money.
For example, the Biztown fire marshal, Navalis
Give me all
DePadua,
your
who
money.
works at City Hall, he's decided to work straight through his break in order to catch as many businesses as possible with code violations.
Still messy. Let me see.
Navalis can issue fines for things like having a messy workspace.
Why are you going to work again?
Because we need to pay off our loan.
So you're just trying to get money for the city.
And fines are $60.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm trying to do a complete route very quickly so I can get back around so they won't have cleaned up by the time I'm around. And I'll get to find them.
So you're trying to make sure that you almost trick them, almost make it harder than it should be. You're nodding.
Another innovation?
You're nodding.
Comcast CEO Gabriel Samore has decided to start offering additional Wi-Fi routers to the other businesses for free so he can start billing them for extra Wi-Fi.
We've already charged every business for Wi-Fi, but we need more money than that. So Wi-Fi routers are free now because more Wi-Fi routers equals more bills.
All right, so it's like a promotion.
Others might call that a scam.
I don't know, they're getting double Wi-Fi, I don't know the problem. But even with this frenetic push to make as much money as possible, by the late afternoon, Asher at United's Credit Union, he's still feeling the pressure when he looks at his books. You know, they are full of outstanding loans.
None of the CFOs have paid their debts yet.
How do you feel about the fact they haven't paid you back?
Oh, I'm mad. They're not giving me the money.
What happens to your business if you don't get the money back?
We go in debt and then we die.
So you'll go under unless they pay you back.
Yep. Apparently I'm getting fined or something. Yeah, for $40. What?
As the BizTown simulation enters its final quarter,
Come on, Q4.
things are getting heated. Our bankers, Asher and Elise, are busy reminding their debtors that the clock is ticking. And one by one, many of the businesses do start to pay off their loans in full.
But in the final minutes, there are still a few stragglers struggling to get across the finish line.
All right, paper company, how we doing?
Horrible. Loans are not looking good right now. Yeah, we need to do. We're due.
The CFO goes to double check the company's account balance when she notices something strange.
Oh, actually, never mind. We have. We can repay our business loan up to $100. Yeah, we can pay back our business loan. Yeah. Everything's doing great.
How did that change so fast?
I have no idea. I just know
Got
my
a $200 donation from Mom.
and I'm ready to put it up somewhere.
Somehow,
They got a
the
$200
paper
donation
company
from
has
Mom.
pulled it off. They have gone from hopelessly insolvent to profitable.
Then we drop by the mercantile store to check in with CFO Isla Hather.
Yeah, all day the mercantile has been struggling, and they are still
Isla
about
how?
$100 in debt.
Her real name's Isla
Oh.
Ho.
When Isla checks her company's account,
Funds available for a loan are paying $209. What?
Okay, so some money has mysteriously appeared in your account?
We just got random money, and none of us know how. So I'm just gonna give it to the bank to hopefully repay a few things.
a suspicious pattern seemed to be emerging. Was this money coming from some sort of angel investor?
Was it a last-minute bulk order of old-timey curios?
Well, whatever the case, Isla types the remaining loan balance into her computer to send it over to Asher and his team at Unitas Credit Union.
She holds her breath and then clicks confirm.
Our loan is fully paid off! I gotta go find Penny.
Isla tears across BizTown in search of her CEO, Penny, who she eventually finds mid-shopping spree.
Penny! All of our loans are paid. Wait, how? For some reason we got $200. We have no dues.
Penny, how does he feel?
Good. I didn't expect that.
We'll go
Why
spend
did we get
money
$200?
now.
I have no clue, but we probably paid off our stuff. I don't really know. I'm excited.
Okay. What do you think's the lesson here?
Just be hopeful, I guess. Like, don't give up.
Just hang in there?
Yeah. I'm gonna go Walmart because I still have $5.
Some of these businesses have had a mysterious windfall.
I'm
The
gonna go to
kids
Walmart and
seem
buy a
to
car.
chalk it up to luck.
Yeah, it
Or
reminds me of
hopefulness.
Linda.
And
I got
over at
$5.
Unitas
Let's go.
Credit Union, Asher
Okay.
Spear has been watching the loan payments come in.
Because you like to be
Finally,
broke.
He gets word
I
that
don't.
they have all been repaid.
We're done.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go tell KeyBank that we beat them. Oh, this feels good.
Asher strides confidently into the middle of
What a little
KeyBank, where he
fucking
finds his
cunt.
financial nemesis, Elise.
Hey, we beat you. What do you mean? We paid back our loans quicker. Well, everybody else is paid off except for Allstate.
Ooh, Allstate.
They had an impossible task before them, selling fake insurance policies to 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
The other businesses
That would
have
be kinda
somehow
rough.
made ends meet, but not Allstate.
In the last 10 minutes of the simulation, we go over to visit them. So far, they've only sold 3 policies to their kid customers for a total of around $15. We asked the CEO, Gwynnie Hayden, how they're doing with the loan.
Not very well.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm kind of stressing out because we only have a little bit to pay it off, so yeah.
You guys are gonna still have time to make it?
Gwynnie turns to her CFO, who nervously checks the computer in the corner.
How much money do we need for the loan?
$72.25.
Oh, so you still owe $72.
Yeah.
And how much money do you have right now?
0.
$0. Okay.
No mysterious extra money for them. But a couple minutes later, one of the camp counselors comes to check in on the group.
Can I speak with the CFO? Have you paid off your loan yet?
The kids explain, no, we're $70 in the hole. The counselor tells them to sit tight and heads quickly back to a computer at the center of BizTown. We decide to follow her.
So what's happening over here?
Well, it sounds like Allstate didn't get enough income to pay off their loan. Yes, and so we have the ability to subsidize. And so I'm going to add like $75 to their account.
Oh, it's
So
a
that they
plane.
can
I
pay
thought,
off
like,
their
check
loan.
it out. There's
So
an
this
extra
is where the
wire.
money's been mysteriously appearing.
Yes, it has.
That we've seen
Yes,
popping
it
up in
has.
accounts.
Yes, it has. So now I'm going to go tell them to see if they can pay off their loan, and they should be able to.
Okay.
That's a pretty successful day.
I wouldn't call it a free market.
But, we're learning. Isn't that what the point of this is?
The counselor
Right, if you
walks
can't pay
back
for
to
it, get
Allstate,
subsidies.
where the kids suddenly discover their last-minute change of fortune. They send the money over to KeyBank. All of the companies have paid back their loans, thanks to this last-minute capital infusion.
Some would call it a bailout.
Yeah, but they're too cute to fail.
And yes, and there is something undeniably joyful and positive
Definitely a
seeing the
bailout.
kids finally breathe a sigh of
So that was the
relief
story
as
from
their
the beginning.
financial woes fade into the
Found it.
background.
Missing belts.
But it also cast what we've been seeing at BizTown in kind of a
Is that
new
that
light.
other rope that
Because
you...
on the
Found
surface,
on
when
the
we
car?
first arrived,
Looks
this
like it. It's pretty
seemed
long.
like this straightforward introduction to the free market.
But the fact that at the end of the day, there seems to be no way for any of the campers of BizTown to fail, made it feel like they're coming away with a kind of rose-tinted view of how our economic system actually works.
We asked Camp Counselor John Duffy to explain what we'd seen in those crucial final minutes.
The big magic wand at the end of the day is if they have put anything towards their loan, we give them a subsidy for the rest. Because sometimes the salesman at Allstate only sell 3 policies and they feel terrible about it, so then we come around with the subsidy. And it's like listen, you did what you could do, you did the work.
So it's like from each according to their ability, you kind of give subsidies to each according to their needs.
Yeah.
Isn't that just socialism?
Not good.
It's
Throw away he's a commie.
Yeah. And sure,
Trump is a
nonsense. You could
socialism.
see what's going on here as a way of selling the free market to children with all the warm, fuzzy feelings of socialist equality. You know, capitalism with training wheels.
But that isn't the entire picture. We realized BizTown is also kind of like an initiation into some of the essential economic rituals of adulthood. Filling out a job application, cashing a paycheck.
Getting
It shows
along.
kids that we're all connected by the flow of money.
I remember when I got my loan for my house. Oh my God, I never signed my signature so many times.
JA BizTown is now closed. We are going to take the next 5 minutes. We're going to tidy up our businesses and try to make it look exactly like it did when we came in.
After the last loan has been paid and the last stuffed puppy has been sold, the kids return to their little mini workplaces to clean up.
They're plugging in cables, putting pencils back in drawers, arranging the paperwork into neat piles for the next workers of BizTown.
Finish our closing staff. Closing the business up. This is nice.
When you ask the kids themselves what they'll be taking away from their time at BizTown, the epiphanies feel
Oh, I got my chest.
What advice would you give to the next CEO?
I was wondering
of
if you was, because you didn't say anything about last night. I was wondering if you played.
If you can, don't
played a
forget
couple
about
games.
paperwork. And use your big
I
swell.
dropped down about
Get
1,000.
your
I
money,
haven't
get your
been
popcorn,
under 1,000
get
in
your
a while.
soda, sit down
Since they changed
with some
that program.
friends,
Yeah.
So I was right. They were
drink and
cheap.
eat as quick as you can.
So it sounds
Kinda
like all this
cheapest when
advice
it
is kind
goes
of like how to not be
to
too stressed.
seconds
Yeah,
at the
So
end.
next time
Yeah, you
you'd
were
say,
saying
do
that.
some things
Yeah,
to be
that's
less
time
stressed.
if it.
definitely.
It runs the
Right.
seconds
Yeah,
and it knows
next time,
when the
after
time's not
being
right.
relaxed, maybe focus less on
It's better than
competition
the other
and
one.
more on another goal that he had also had that day.
I
which
wonder- I
was
bet it
to
picks up the
drink
lag a
2
lot
different
better.
kinds of soda at the same time.
Like, because I know
Because at
sometimes
the
our
end of the
internet
day, going to
sketchy, and
BizTown
it
is a
comes in and
chance
out.
for kids to just
I slag it
vacation
on
in the
purpose,
land of
just like
adulthood.
everybody
They're
else.
not yet
That's because
permanent
that's what they were doing to me.
Even if someday they will have
So
to
I'd
join
get up
the
there, I'd
big
rent some
BizTown
programs and stuff
for the
like
rest
that and
of the
everything.
I'm just wondering if maybe competence for that.
I kept him honest in that pretty big too.
This
Never got
episode was
caught for it.
produced by absolute genius James Sneed. It was edited by
No
Jeff
peaches,
James
huh?
and fact-checked by Sierra Waters. Engineering by Julie.
No peaches, huh?
Goldmark is Planet Money's executive producer.
Special thanks to Shannon Wakeman, Barbara Smith, Geraldine Breimer, and Tom Russell. I'm Alexi Horowitz-Gazi.
And I'm Sally Helm. This is NPR. Thanks for listening.
Where'd you find him?
No, these are not the ones I want because these are the alcohol ones and they fucking
wish I
burn my
could
ass.
live in BizTown.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
God, me too. These subsidies, the income equality, the Rice Krispie treats.
Exactly. I mean, they make summer camps like that when I was a kid.
The key is on.
Same.
So
it was all
if you don't
boat
want to listen
shop
to it,
and
you
water
have to
ski.
key on.
What?
Which
I
is
said the
also
key's
pretty
on.
fun.
So if you don't want to listen to it,
that
you
is
got to turn
true.
the
But
key
you
on.
know, it reminds me a little bit of today's episode
It's
of
gonna
How I
be
Built
over in
This,
a little
because
bit.
on our new advice line, we got a call from an entrepreneur who created a device to make boating and water sports safer for kids. And joining me this week to help give her some advice is Holly Thaggard, the founder of the sunscreen
I'll
brand.
go play in the car and see what I can find.
And Holly's got some great advice on how to market a product that also focuses on safety.
You know, I personally was inspired to change consumer behavior by being inspirational, not scary. You know, I'd rather lean into creating innovation and beautiful products that help make the world want to change their consumer behavior.
Stick around because after the break, it's the advice line on how I built this.
The programs you enjoy on CPR are thanks in part to generous sponsorship from Coble and Company, a Colorado corporate partner, a program that showcases companies that make a difference in our state. Coble and Company has been enriching.
Well, we're at the park. That's a mosquito bite. Or it's a kitty claw. I don't know. I miss my mom again. I'll have to watch that disc. And we'll see how things happen. I was gonna call Troy.